Evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you, my
Good
friend.
evening, Dr. Sajad.
Good evening.
Namaskar to everybody around. And it is indeed heartwarming for all of us at the quiz committee and at Indian Fertility Society to be hosting this 9th episode of Genius Junction 2.0. What started as a small idea has now become a movement, and we are really delighted to have the support of SIGs with us. And today we have none other than the SIG on ART law and the patron and the expert and the mentor, Dr. Sudha Prasad is with us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Really great to have you here. And a very brief intro about ma'am. वैसे तो सब मैम को जानते हैं. मैं मैम की MBBS में स्टूडेंट थी और मैम ने हमको थर्ड ईयर MBBS में एक चीज बिल्कुल अच्छे से बिल्कुल दिमाग में बिठा दी थी, APH PV in OT. मैम ने बोला इतना सीख लो, कभी गलत नहीं करोगे APH के लिए. I mean that was the kind of keywords which we received from ma'am, and then the rest is history. And ma'am, it's really a blessing to be associated with you and to be able to
Nice
learn
of you,
from you
Manjusha. So
35 years down the line, ma'am.
Yes.
And the other person, a very good friend and my mentor also, and my savior in difficulties, Dr. Sunita Chandra. She's a very renowned practitioner in Lucknow, and she is a known name throughout the country. So today we are going to talk about the law. The ART law has actually intrigued all of us. It has left us confused and perplexed and at a loss of ideas. It has changed our practices. So today we are really hoping to learn a lot of things from both of you, Dr. Sunita and Dr. Sudha. And without wasting any much time, let us go on straight away. So can I be allowed to share my slides?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Hello. मिल गई मेरे बैग.
So we would start from very simple things, the intrauterine insemination. Okay, now this is a very practical scenario. There's a person who has been working in a corporate hospital and is now starting evening practice in her own stand-alone clinic. So can I do IUI in my clinic, Dr. Sunita?
See, she is working in a corporate. So that corporate may be registered with level 1 or level 2.
That is first.
But once you come to the own standalone IUI in a clinic where you want to do the stimulation, you want to do the IUI, you can't do. It cannot be extended from the corporate to the your own stay-alone center. It cannot be possible. It's not possible at all. You have to register the clinic with the proper authority. Then only you can work.
Ma'am, can I evaluate the subfertility couples in the clinic?
You can evaluate. You can see as you are doing the gynae OPD, you can do the evaluation of couple. You can counsel them. But as far as the ovulation induction, ovarian stimulation or IUI-H and IUI-D, you should be registered.
But for ovulation induction, you don't need to register. You can go for, you can just counsel them. You can evaluate all the couples. You do ovulation.
If you are doing with the tablets, if you are doing with the CC or letrozole,
when it comes for IUI, whether it is husband or donor, that you have to register.
Ma'am, one thing you said that we can do with oral
not
tablets,
a problem.
not with gonadotropins. Is it so, ma'am? Are we forbidden to use gonadotropins in our standalone clinic?
No, you can't. You can't use.
You can.
If
It's
you are
just,
registered, no, listen, if you are
no.
registered, then only, because then you have to have the ultrasound machine, you will do the follicular monitoring, you should have a full setup. Because in Delhi,
तो
it is
मैम
not.
एक्चुअली नहीं, अब देखिए अपने दिल्ली के रूल्स चाहे जो भी मना लें, पर एआरटी लॉ बिल्कुल ये नहीं कहता है दैट यू कैन नॉट डू काउंसलिंग, यू कैन
No,
नॉट
you
डू
can do
ओव्यूलेशन
counseling.
इंडक्शन.
You
नहीं
can
नहीं,
do
एक मिनट, लेट
counseling.
मी कंप्लीट. You can do ovulation induction and timed intercourse. You cannot do IUI, but you can do ovulation induction, whether it is oral tablets, whether it is gonadotropins, and it is not necessary to have a ultrasound machine in your chamber because you are not doing IUI. Even for IUI, it is not a must that you should have a ultrasound
No,
machine.
I want
For
to make
IUI,
it.
what is necessary? No, what is
I want to
necessary is
make it clear here. As
no.
soon as the gonadotropin is used, there are chances of OHSs or multiple follicles. So one has to be regulated, and ultrasound follicular monitoring with the gonadotropin has to be done. This is an
No.
important.
Ultrasound monitoring is to be done. That's okay. That's 100% sure. But
Yes.
a gynecologist in her clinic can do ovulation induction with or without gonadotropins. Number one. Number two, machine है तो बहुत अच्छा बात है. PCPNDT से आपको रजिस्टर होना है. मशीन नहीं है तो obviously with if you are using gonadotropin, even if you are using oral ovulagens, it has to be a monitoring of the follicles, whether in your center or whether in another center. But for IUI, ultrasound machine is not a mandatory thing. Three things are mandatory. One is microscope, another is centrifuge, and another is uh, एंड्रोलॉजिस्ट. ठीक है, ये नहीं सॉरी, गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट पीजी. सो तीन चीजें जरूरी हैं.
नहीं,
अल्ट्रासाउंड
लिसन,
मशीन,
अगर तीन चीजें ये जरूरी हैं, gonadotropin, if we are using and we are sending to another center for the follicular monitoring, it is not made clear in ART law that it has to be done. So you have to be tied with that clinic who had the full registration, and then you can do.
मैम एक चीज मैं इसमें बोलना चाहूंगी जो मैंने समझा है लॉ पढ़ के, वो ये है कि अगर हम इंडक्शन के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं तो हम लोग कर सकते हैं. अगर हम ओवेरियन स्टिमुलेशन के लिए कर रहे हैं, मतलब आईवीएफ प्रोटोकॉल के लिए कर रहे हैं, तो वो हम नहीं कर सकते स्टैंड अलोन क्लिनिक में.
लेकिन ओव्यूलेशन
इंडक्शन हम बिल्कुल
इंडक्शन जो
कर
है ना,
सकते हैं.
ओव्यूलेशन इंडक्शन इज द ओव्यूलोजेन ओनली, मीन्स ओरल ओव्यूलोजेन. As soon as you touch the gonadotropin, chances of multifollicles are there. Patient will have the OHSs. So one has to be very careful. Ultrasound has to be done, and it has to be. This part has been discussed with the authorities many times. So without registration, you cannot give this. This is made very clear.
So we take ma'am's point here. Dr. Sunita, I think we'll talk more about it. I think we can move forwards. Now that you people have very clearly said that I cannot do IUI here, so that means even the IUI with husband semen also is not doable. If suppose the patient says that I will get the semen prepared from a lab and bring it to you, so can I inseminate?
No.
Unless you have a level 1 registration, you cannot do IUI, whether it is husband or whether it is donor. IUI
Yes.
के लिए level 1 registration is must.
So
Mandatory.
we have a very clear message that even if I work in a corporate which is fully registered, in my own standalone evening practice, I cannot do inseminations. I can counsel the patient, I can do inductions with oral, all right, but then I cannot do stimulations with gonadotropins. So I think this is a good message which we have for the beginning.
Can I add?
Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am, one thing we have to keep into mind that even if it is corporate, it is government, or it is private center, the registration is must. ART Act registration is must. Only in government sector we have not to pay the fees of 50,000 rupees. In private sector we have to pay fees of 50,000 rupees. But without registration, even if it will be corporate, it will be government, or it will be private, we cannot do the IUI. No way.
Yeah. Okay, now coming to registration. How do we apply for registration? Dr. Sunita, will you be able to guide us on that? How do I apply for registration?
So
Okay,
there are
so
the
for
forms.
level 1
Please.
clinic, you just need 3 things. Yes, you just need 3 things, and that is microscope, centrifuge, refrigerator. Laminar flow की जरूरत नहीं है. Only thing is that there must be a gynecologist who is PG. Now for PG, as you have written DGO, DNB, MRCOG, MD, MS, yes, everything is done. You had some query that DGO कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं, but 100% कर सकते हैं. DGO is very much considered at postgraduate gynecologist. So
मैं
once
एक चीज बोलना चाहूंगी इसमें कि जब मैं खुद अपना MRCOG का रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाने MCI के पास गई तो उन्होंने बोल दिया कि ये MCI रिकॉग्नाइज्ड क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं है, हम लोग आपको रजिस्टर नहीं करेंगे. तो MRCOG को उन्होंने क्लियरली डिनाई कर दिया था. सिंस ऑफ कोर्स मेरी बात अलग है, मेरे पास बाकी क्वालिफिकेशंस हैं जो कि इंडिया में रजिस्टर्ड है, बट कोई चला खाली MBBS MRCOG है तो क्या वो अपने क्लिनिक को ART रजिस्टर करवा सकते हैं कि नहीं?
No way.
जो लॉ में लिखा हुआ है वो MD DNB लिखा हुआ है.
यस, हाँ,
तो इसका मतलब
भी नहीं लिखा हुआ है,
बट
अखिल जैसा नहीं, ऐसा था कि देखो लॉ में तो डीजीओ नहीं लिखा हुआ है. जैसा मैम बता रही है कि वी हैड ए डिस्कशन, तो उसमें ये था कि डीजीओ, डीएनबी, एमडी, एमएस, MRCOG, because it is not our degree, so it cannot be recognized by our MCI. So if a person is additional MRCOG, it is very good. But if it is not a additional, if she is not DGO, DNB or MDMS, only MRCOG, no, she cannot be allowed to do ART. Okay?
Yes.
Sudha ma'am also agrees with that. MRCOG
definitely
is not.
And what about the DGO? DGO actually was the people are means all medical colleges and everywhere it is finishing. So if it is DGO is connected with the DNB, then it is authorized to do any practice. That was the reason behind.
So मैम ने बहुत अच्छी चीज बताई कि डीजीओ धीरे धीरे खत्म ही हो रहा है, तो बेसिकली डीएनबी आ रहे हैं, डीएनबीज हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं लॉ में डिटेल में जाएंगे तो ये हो सकता है कि इतने साल पहले का डीजीओ जिसके पास है, दे आर एलिजिबल. सपोज मेरी एज के लोगों ने यदि डीजीओ किया हुआ है, बिकॉज उस समय डीएनबी बहुत ही लिमिटेड था, and DGO was considered at postgraduate degree of gynec ops. So I think that time, because at that time it was not available, so that is considered as postgraduate degree of MD of ops.
मैं एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ कि मौलाना आजाद मेडिकल कॉलेज का डीजीओ MCI ने खत्म कर दिया, अबेंडन कर दिया.
मैम या क्वीन मैरीज में भी खत्म हो गया है.
हाँ, so DGO they are finishing, they are not recognizing as a full gynecologist. If it is DGO with DNB, they will recognize. Yes, not only the DGO. That is the funny part. Yes.
So we have a clear message that MD is all right, DNB is all right, DGO पुराने जमाने का is all right, but newer law में DGO खत्म हो जाएगा, and foreign certifications are not all right. Let it be very clear. That's a very good point.
Very clear.
And how do I apply for registration? We all know that it is 50,000 for the level 1 clinic, and we apply in form 1 for the ART clinic, form 2 for the bank, and form 3 is the certificate which is issued by the appropriate authority. And Dr. Sajjad has very clearly said that if it's a government institute, we don't have to pay this 50,000 rupees.
And this registration is up to 5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
You have to renew again after 5 years.
Right. So that's a very valid point. So this registration is for 5 years. Okay. Now, yes, this is something interesting. I came across this form 6 in the Law Gazette, which says that for doing ovulation induction, we have to get this consent form signed. I have actually never got this signed for ovulation induction protocols. So do you recommend, is it really needed for clomiphene and letrozole we get this form signed? This form clearly writes that the drugs are used to stimulate the ovaries for ovulation induction. Now, stimulate and induction, both the words have been used. So I'm not clear whether they're talking about IUI or whether they're talking about IVF protocol. So please, could you clarify on this?
It is the form of IVF, ART level 2nd, where we are retrieving the oocytes. It is that form. You will see there is a part 2.1. The oocytes will be retrieved in all cases. It is the form for the IVF we are using it. ART level 2nd.
The form who have made it, they didn't differentiate difference between the ovulation induction and the ovarian stimulation. So this terminology is misnomer.
Yeah. So I think we have a clear-cut message that when we are going in for IUI, we are doing ovulation induction. So we are not needing this form, but when we go for ovarian stimulation for IVF, that is when we need this form. Is that all right, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we can move further. Okay. So there's this form for consent for IUI with husband's semen. So are we all doing it? Is it really needed?
Yeah.
Even when we are going for a husband's semen IUI, we need the form?
Yeah, we need, every time we need this part.
Yes, you have to.
It is important.
Consent is very much important. Without consent, you can't do any procedure.
And one more thing, if suppose we are doing multiple cycles, every cycle we get this form signed?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Because the husband has to give the semen every time. It is not, if the husband's semen is frozen, maybe at that time we will not give the another part. If it is frozen, if it is not frozen, we have to give.
So now one question to Dr. Sunita. Suppose I get a license done, and now I want to do a IUI with a donor semen. Now, who will choose the bank? The couple or the gynecologist?
Gynecologist.
It is gynecologist.
It is the gynecologist.
It is the registered. आवाज क्लियर नहीं है सुनीता, तो आपकी आवाज.
It is only the gynecologist, because
and it has to be a registered ART bank.
ART
this is
bank.
important. The gynecologist has list of ART banks, and they can choose any, and they can discuss that yes, we are taking from the valid registered ART bank. The sample is coming.
Ma'am, say one more thing. Hear me, or you can't. Manisha?
Haji ma'am.
Sorry.
डॉक्टर सुनीता, आप ना वीडियो ऑफ है कि बताओ, आपका कनेक्शन थोड़ा अनस्टेबल हो रहा है.
आपने जो रजिस्ट्रेशन बताया ना पहले, which you have told, there is one more registration for ART bank. For ART bank, we have to fill the
अभी हम लोग एक-एक करके blocks पे काम कर रहे हैं. It's like a Rubik's cube. So we are going one by one.
No. Wherever you have shown the ART setup. In ART setup, there are 3 things: ART level 1, level 2, and this ART bank. Again, for ART bank, we have to pay the 50,000 rupees.
Yes, I agree, sir. सर अभी मैं ये बात कर रही हूँ कि अगर हमने क्लिनिक अपना खोला है, हमने IUI करना है डोनर सीमेन से, तो मैम ने बड़ा क्लियर बताया, सुधा मैम ने, कि हम एक लिस्ट दे देंगे अपने क्लाइंट को कि ये रजिस्टर्ड बैंक्स हैं, आप इनमें से किसी से भी जाके ला सकते हो. Is that right, ma'am?
No.
ला सकते हो नहीं. बैंक ला करके आपको देगा with the full documentation that this is the color of hair, pupil, blood group, height. Means he will give the thing. We cannot say that you go to the bank and you bring. No, it is not permissible.
It is the responsibility.
Next question.
It is the responsibility of ART Clinic 1. It is the responsibility of IOI clinic. They will contact the ART bank.
Yeah.
No, एक मिनट. सुनीता जी, और ये बताइए कि suppose हमने बोला कि ये हमारे पास banks हैं. So we call the bank person to our setup, or the patient goes to the bank setup?
We.
Okay. So suppose we have called the bank person to our setup, and then the client talks to the bank person, and the client will choose the donor, of course.
It is.
And then who is responsible for transport of the semen? Is it the bank? Is it couple, or is it the gynecologist?
It is clear.
Bank.
Okay. So this is a
100% bank.
But the couple can give their own choices that my blood group is B positive, my color of the hair is brown, my pupil is brown or white or yellow or blue, whatever. So he can give, and we can give the choice. The gynecologist will give the choice.
height, blood group, races. हाँ, बिल्कुल. Yes.
Okay. So, and then what all forms do we have to fill? There is the form 8, which is to be filled by IUI for donor. Of course, that has to be filled. And yes, now that we are doing the IUI and we are filling up the forms, do we give a copy of this to the couple?
No.
No.
We do not need to give the copy of the consent forms to the couple. No. It is, we have to keep it into the ART clinic, ART, wherever it is the clinic.
This is the.
It is with us. ART bank will keep कि आपने किस क्लिनिक को दिया है, बट जो ये फॉर्म्स हैं ये हमने भरवाए हैं और हमारे पास ही रहेंगे. इट इज आवर प्रॉपर्टी. वी हैव टू कीप इट फॉर 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is our property.
This
So we keep the records for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And each insemination we fill up a different form. Each episode, each donor.
Yes.
And each episode we fill
Yeah.
Okay. One more thing.
Yes.
We were speaking about donor anonymity in the last version of the ART Act. So, are we still on it? Because the form makes a documentation of the donor's Aadhaar card.
Yes.
If we are writing the Aadhaar card number, we cannot say that the donor is anonymous.
No, it is anonymity for the recipient, not for the clinic.
That is for the bank.
Donor
and here I
anonymity.
want to make it clear that one person will give the sample, and it is coming for the one patient, and the same person's donor semen is coming for the patient for the next time if it is failed.
Yeah.
The IUI. So it's not that आज इसका ले लिया कल उसका ले लिया. No, nothing. So one donor is meant for the one person, one couple, and it has to be taken repeatedly. How many times? 5 times, 6 times if you want to do IUI. Maximum I do 4 times, but if it is 6 times, one can do the donor's sperms, and it has to be taken for the same, from the same donor only. This is important.
Right. So only one donor. Suppose after 3 cycles, we want to go to a second donor. We are not allowed that?
We are not allowed, because this ART law says about it.
No, ma'am, as I understood was that one donor.
No, please come again. Please come again.
Ma'am, my question is that one donor, my understanding was that one donor cannot be donating to so many different prospective.
For the same patient, I am telling, for the same patient, not to the different women. He is giving the sperms.
Yeah.
So,
but then the same couple can take a donation, a gamete, male gamete from another donor after 1 or 2 or 3 cycles. I mean, we don't have to stick.
The thing is, you can take the same donor sample. Suppose one fail हुआ, हमको same चाहिए तो ठीक है, हमने ले लिया, या हमारा उससे conceive कर गया, and then he says again, I want the same semen sample. It is okay. But if you want to change, I mean, 2 cycle किया नहीं हुआ, तो आप second donor से ले लीजिए. बट जिस डोनर ने आपके एक रिसिपिएंट को दे दिया है, रिसिपिएंट को दोबारा दे सकता है. ओके, एम आई क्लियर?
या.
So the recipient will be one.
Recipient will be one.
Yeah. This is clear.
लेकिन उस रिसिपिएंट को that donor will give only twice. That is just for the same recipient. 3 बार वो उसको भी नहीं देगा. Okay, because in ART law, one donor can give semen sample just once. But for the same couple, for the same recipient, he can give a second chance, second time.
This is the reason the ART bank makes many samples of each donor.
Yes.
So if one cycle is failed, you can write the same name, same number, registration number, you send the another sample, and it will be done. That donor is meant for that recipient only.
बस
He cannot give to other recipient.
बस बस बिल्कुल सही, ठीक है, ओके.
बिक्री डोनर नहीं बनना है बेसिकली.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, this is one question. What is this appropriate authority? I fail to understand.
So appropriate authority is there is one national board. Then you have appropriate authority in each state and then in each district. Okay. So these appropriate authorities actually are responsible for proper what to say, to proper working of the ART centers, whether it is level 1 or level 2. So what is happening?
That this appropriate authority can visit. It is a state level person. There is a team, and he can visit to any center. He can speak. He can go to any center without informing them how the working is going on and what are the data and what are the equipment anytime without any information.
मैम विदाउट एनी इंफॉर्मेशन है नहीं वैसे, उसमें विद इंफॉर्मेशन ही जाएंगे.
ये लिखा हुआ है.
हाँ, विदाउट इंफॉर्मेशन दे कैन नॉट विजिट योर सेंटर. I have applied and there is no appropriate authority so far in UP. So what I have done, I have just applied. I have not even deposited money. At least in Lucknow, we don't have any board. Okay.
Oh.
So once the board is formed, once they inform us that yes, you deposit the money, and then they give us a notice ki within this period, 15 days, 20 days, somebody, some team will be coming to visit your center. As in
So
PNDT.
they do not write the date. They write the time duration.
No, they do not write the date, but
Yes.
they define a time period, 15 days, 20 days. They will not tell us the team also, kaun aayega, kaun nahi aayega, but definitely one from the CMO of, yes, things like that. So because we do not have any authority, at least in UP, हमारे यहाँ भी नहीं बनी है, so that is why we haven't got the inspections done. But yes, ma'am is very right. Inspection has to be there before getting our certificates.
Very right.
One thing which intrigues me, which you have already initiated. Suppose I have applied for the level 2 clinic, but I have not yet received certification in the Form 3 form. So in the meanwhile, can I start recruiting patients, stimulating pickups, ETs? What can I do and what can I not do?
You can do everything once you've applied.
अच्छा. जब तक हमारे पास denial नहीं आता, it's considered good unless proved bad.
You should have a receiving that you have applied.
See,
you should have a
you
receiving.
have a yes. हमने बिल्कुल सही कहा. One thing, second thing, you have to follow the laws which are there from the national board. Okay? ठीक है, हमारी appropriate authority नहीं बनी है, पर हमारे laws तो है ना. So we have to follow those laws. And if we are following them,
देखिए, एक्सक्यूज मी, हमारी एप्रोप्रिएट अथॉरिटी भी नहीं बनी है, लेकिन एज पर जब ये स्टार्ट हुआ ART एक्ट, उन्होंने क्या बताया, उन्होंने बोला कि जो स्टेट की अथॉरिटी होगी, जैसे कमिश्नर सेक्रेटरी हेल्थ सर्विसेज, वी हैव टू गेट द फॉर्म फ्रॉम द कंप्यूटर, फ्रॉम द नेट, एंड वी हैव टू फिल अप all the paragraphs, all the things there. Then we have to submit that form to the commissioner secretary health services, and we should have the receipt, proper receipt of that form that we have applied. And that form should be received by Commissioner Secretary Health Services, and then they send to the Director Health Service or CMO. After that, we can work. Or there are some clinics
you should have a document that you have applied and you have got the receipt.
It is not like that somebody is coming today and she's just applying and starting. No, they cannot start it like that.
नहीं, मेरे को अभी क्लैरिटी नहीं हुई सर. हमें किसको अप्लाई करना है अगर अथॉरिटी नहीं है तो?
अगर जो पहला था, जो स्टार्ट में हुआ था, जो जब मैंने फार्म भरा था, माय फार्म इज ओनली एट 47 ART 0047, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली इन आवर स्टेट द ART board has not been, they have not formulated the ART board.
हम किसको चिट्ठी डाल के भेजेंगे?
उन्होंने क्या बोला था उस वक्त, we have to get the full form out of the net, out of this ART board. That form we have to fill up correctly in everything. Then at that time उन्होंने बोला था, they have to tell us कि अगर आप level 2 clinic है तो आपको 2 लाख रुपया भरने हैं, अगर level 1 है तो 50,000 भरने हैं. As me, 3 years before I have submitted the form to the health. That letter is with me. That is with me on my table. They have written me that you get the receipt of this form from the Commissioner Health Services of your state. Thoroughly endorsed from the Commissioner.
In ideal situation, Dr. Sajjad, you should have got the reply within 3 months of time. This is the important. And we can take out the form and it will go to the state authority. We will fill up the form to state authority and the file will move to the CMO and it will go to the state ART office, and they will give the receipt that your documents has been received by us and this is the receipt. You just keep the receipt and then you can do the procedure whatever you want. But
मैं एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहती हूँ. हमारे यूपी स्टेट में जब तक अथॉरिटी नहीं है, तो सुनीता जी आपने किसको अप्लाई किया हुआ है ऐसा?
It is only online.
It is online.
CMO is not receiving the address which they have given online में कि यहाँ यूपी में यहाँ पर बन रहा है, वहां पर कुछ भी ऑफिस अभी नहीं है. Okay, CMO is saying कि unless I get intimation, I will not receive all these documents. So only online, and we have that receipt of online because online आप सब कुछ apply करते हो and you take a receipt and keep with you. That's all.
Fine.
अच्छा, यूपी में अभी तक नहीं बना. That is also.
What other licenses, clearances, permissions do I need to seek other than the ART law? This is the list which I have tried to create. Any additions, deletions in that?
इसमें एक MTP law आ गया है. That has to, that also to be permission to be taken for to the ART level 2.
Okay. So registration in the State Medical Council for the doctor, CMO registration of the clinic, pollution, fire safety, PCPNDT, and which ma'am has said, the MTP.
Clinical establishment and the MTP. Yeah.
Okay. And then the desirable, of course, would be to have a nexus with the nearby doctors, the local police station, and the political people, so that they let you work.
Yes.
Okay. So now I think I'm already overshooting my time.
So whenever you are having IUI clinic, it is not mandatory, but it is good to have a association with your colleague who is doing IVF. In case your patient is having hyperstimulation, you can just go for pickup. Although now there are multiple things to save the patients. I mean, you just give letrozole, don't give SCG, just give GnRH and GnRH agonist. So it's okay. But it is there in the law also that if you are doing, then you should have a written document that you have a friend Sunita जो मेरा कर देगी भाई ठीक है यदि मेरे पेशेंट को ज्यादा follicles हो रहे हैं तो मैं ले जाऊंगी and she will do my pickup. Okay?
So one can convert the multifollicular from IUI to IVF, and we should have a written document also if any problem occurs. So if patient goes in OHSS, this will be the hospital, this will be the ICU, and there should be MOC of that thing, and even the IVF lab.
एक MOU होना चाहिए आपके पास. ठीक है.
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रही हो.
आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay, this is tricky. This is a 49-year-old Paris lady with one live issue. She's wife of a 52-year-old ambassador of the UAE in India. She's 49. She's married to a 52-year-old man, a UAE ambassador to our country. She's medically fit. She recently lost her young son, and now she seeks IVF. The semen parameters are all right, but she has poor ovarian reserve. So is nationality a concern?
UAE में मैंने सुना मेल चाइल्ड मिल जाता है आफ्टर after after doing
मैम
the
वो हमारे
PG.
देश में पोस्टेड है, वो हमारे देश में IVF करवाना मांग रही है,
So
तो क्या हम उसको IVF करेंगे? इस मतलब
we all
foreign
IVF specialists are scared about it.
IVF कर सकते, but there is sex determination
You
is
can't
problem.
guarantee.
Sex
सर अभी
It's a male.
अभी हम सिर्फ नेशनैलिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, हम सारे मुद्दों पे आएंगे, अभी हम सिर्फ नेशनैलिटी की बात कर रहे हैं। तो क्या हमारा लॉ हमको UAE नेशनल को IVF करने को परमिट करता है?
हाँ, there is no problem. Yeah, there is no problem.
So the
We have-
message is
Any
that
foreign-
yes,
We have
Any
to
the law
take
permits.
permission from FRRO. We have
Yes.
to take a proper permission.
So then, okay, so nationality for IVF is not a concern, but then yes, if we're talking about surrogacy we will
Yeah, we
only
can't.
allow people of Indian origin.
Yes.
Now, is age a concern? ये सवाल मेरे को specifically सुधा मैम से पूछना है कि मैम women की age 21 to 50 described है. So this age is at recruitment, at pickup, or at date of transfer. The law is silent on this.
This is silent, but at the age of recruitment, when we take the Aadhaar card,
Yeah.
it should be 21 to 50 or 21 to 55.
Sunita
After
ma'am,
that-
we recently had a patient where she was within the age limit at recruitment, and then she was falling out of the limit at the time of ET. And then we discussed and we decided to do or not to do. So
I don't think when we are stimulating, we need all the documents at that very point when the patient is entering in the IVF stimulation. At that very time, we take Aadhaar, we take consent, we get it signed, everything. So it should be up to 50. So silently, we should not try to dig more and more to give them, platter. So this is more than enough. 21 to 50, we have recruited and we have started the stimulation.
Okay, so I think I like this in not digging concept much because the law is silent. We can quietly try and help the person. Okay, so the woman of 21 to 50, man of 21 to 55, donor of 23 to 35, and the sperm donor of 21 to 55. So do we allow any flexibility, any loophole in this? Sunita ji. Dr. Sajjad, what is your opinion?
No.
Any loophole possible?
No, there is no flexibility in this. No way. Because earlier it was oocyte donor, it was 21 to 35. But in new law 2021, it has come from 23 to 35. We cannot do any, there is no flexibility. No.
So these ages are fixed and we have to stick to them.
And Sudha ma'am has told the best thing. Whenever the patient comes to you, we are signing the documents, we are signing the consent forms. At that time, when we are getting the consent form signed by the couple, the male should be 55 and female should be 50.
उसके बाद उसकी उम्र में के लिए आंखें बंद कर लेनी।
हाँ, हो सकता कोई एक अटेम्प्ट में उसको नहीं लगा बच्चा, उसको एक साल या कुछ
बेचारा वो बेचारी 50 साल 1 महीना हो गई, तो उसमें क्या एंट्री ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट शुड बी द क्लियर।
अच्छा, अब ये बताइए कि क्या लॉ, if the aspiring couple has 1 living child or 2 or 3 for that matter, does the law say anything about the number of living children? Sunita ji,
कर सकते हो,
उसको जितने बच्चे पैदा करने
there is no provision. There is no provision in our constitution that you cannot produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. You can. For surrogacy, it is a big no. But for otherwise, all couples, they can go for, any number of children.
But ये डोनर oocyte की बात हो रही है। मौलाना आजाद में जब मैंने IVF सेंटर शुरू किया 2006 में, तो we said government allows to give the free IVF to one only, one child. Next, nothing to be given. If they want 2, 3, 4, 5, they have to go to the private sector.
That's good point. Okay, now comes the twist. Now this lady says that she wants her niece to be the egg donor.
अभी मेरे पास एक पेशेंट आई है कि वो 45 and 55 है, हस्बैंड वाइफ, और उनकी बेटी जो है वो 18 साल की है। Daughter can give with the sperm of a father?
No, never.
No
way.
ओके,
लॉ मना नहीं कर रहा है, ये हमारी सोसाइटी मना कर रही है।
अब जो भी है, if I cannot swallow, then how can I suggest?
It is the
Yes,
niece
we'll
of
do
the
that.
wife, yeah.
Should not be
Okay,
done.
fine.
Should
Acha,
not.
acha. Now we are talking about this lady wanting her niece to be the egg donor.
Yes, she can
जहां
be.
तक मैंने पढ़ा है वो ये लॉ कहता है कि आप रिलेटेड डोनर ले सकते हो।
Yeah.
लॉ नहीं करता।
Altruistic
Through
ले
ART
सकते
bank.
हैं.
Through
Earlier,
ART
it,
bank.
Of course,
earlier
through the
it was
ART.
not allowed. Earlier in ICMR, it was not allowed. It was total anonymity. There was no way, because
अभी
earlier
हम
I had,
anonymity
but
पे आते हैं।
after ART Act, they have allowed it.
Altruistic can be taken, but the money should not be given.
Yeah.
Means
Yeah.
there
मैम
should not
एक
be any.
ट्विस्ट और है इसमें। अब वो लड़की बंदी यूएई नेशनल है, उसकी नीस भी यूएई नेशनल है। अब हम नहीं ले सकते हैं क्योंकि लॉ हमारा कहता
नहीं,
है कि हमें
international.
इंडियन डोनर ही लेना पड़ेगा।
नहीं, अगर वो NRI है, we can take it. If she is NRI, if she is totally another citizenship, then we can
एनआरआई
take it.
तो नहीं अलाउड है सर, वी
हाँ?
हैव टू इंडियन पासपोर्ट होल्डर को ही ले सकते हैं।
No, NRI is again same thing. No.
सर
When
एनआरआई को ले लोगे सर, ओसीआई नहीं ले सकते हो।
OCI we cannot take it, yeah, but NRI we can take it.
NRI ले सकते हो,
अच्छा,
OCI.
अच्छा, अब now we have some concerns about donor selection. Now I'm coming to the point. Age we have discussed, no flexibility. Related donor, yes. By law, yes. But for social, this thing we have to have a question mark. Now comes the issue of anonymity. Can we have anonymity in the oocyte donor?
Manjusha, now it is basically confidentiality. Anonymity
Yes.
का तो ये है
Yes.
क्योंकि आप वो बना रहे हो, अभी उसका एफिडेविट बना रहे हो. Yes, I am ready to give that eggs. Yes, I am taking the eggs from them. तो कहाँ anonymity है? It is
To the
just
couple.
confidential.
नहीं, we are talking anonymity or confidentiality to the couple. Couple
Ma'am,
will say कि मुझे
anonymity
फोटो
नहीं है।
दिखा दो, मुझे फोटो दिखा दो, मुझे थोड़ा सा मिलवा दो. Is it allowed? No.
No.
मैम कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी रखनी है, एनोनिमिटी नहीं रख सकते आप, क्योंकि आप उसका आधार कार्ड नंबर भी नोट कर रहे हो। आप
हम
कपल
नोट कर रहे हैं,
बीमा भी
लेकिन
करवा रहे हैं।
हम कपल को तो नहीं दे रहे हैं ना.
Ma'am,
बीमा
Manjusha, ma'am,
करवा रहे हो।
it is with the center, not with the recipient. Actually, the anonymity should be with the donor and the recipient. It is there. It is
Sir,
even in the new art. Yeah.
नहीं सर, एक मिनट सर, एक मिनट सर, कपल को डोनर का 1 साल का हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस करवाना है। तो जब वो हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस करवाएगा तो उसके पास सारे कागज आ गए, उसका नाम, पता, आधार नंबर। तो इट इज नॉट एनोनिमस, इट इज कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी व्हिच हैज टू बी रिस्पेक्टेड। एनोनिमिटी हम
I think you have
नहीं कर
proved
पाएंगे।
it. I think Manjusha has proved it.
Ma'am, you see, it is the ART bank. It is the ART bank. They have to do the insurance of that donor. It is not the recipient. You are misunderstood. No.
रिलेटेड डोनर भी आप अलाउ कर रहे हो।
नहीं, लेकिन ना मैं बताऊं एनोनिमस क्यों होना चाहिए और क्यों हमें रखना है. कल वो क्लेम कर सकती है कि मैंने एक दिया, दिस इज माय चाइल्ड,
दिस माय
कोर्ट. So we have to keep the anonymous and confidentiality both together. This is the reason behind. ठीक है, that is through the ART law that 1 year का वो सर्टिफिकेट दे रहे हैं कि हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस रहेगा. If something happens, we do not know the donor. ART bank knows the donor कि कहाँ रहता है, कैसे contact. He will contact the ART bank that I have this kind of problem now related to the oocyte retrieval or stimulation, whatever. So they will look after through the ART bank only with the couple, not directly to the
that is
donor.
right.
कल तो वो क्लेम कर देगी, उसको जेल भेजवा देगी, कुछ कर देगी, डायरेक्ट.
पैसे कितने देने हैं डोनर को?
कुछ नहीं. No. Art tells nothing. Nothing.
So how many oocytes to be retrieved?
7 only.
अगर ज्यादा निकल आए तो फेंक देंगे?
नहीं, वो नहीं होता है. आपको तो स्टिमुलेशन ऐसे देनी है. We have to stimulate.
Wild stimulation only 7 माने नहीं, oocyte नहीं, आप 10 निकाल लो. जो ब्लास्ट बनेंगे या क्लीवेज बनेंगे वो 7 बनने चाहिए. We follow like this. आप 15 निकालो, 15 में आपके 7 ही बनेंगे. आप जितने निकालो लेकिन बनने हैं 7. Mind it.
But as per the ART Act, As per, it is clearly written that we have to go for the mild stimulation and we have to retrieve only up to 7. Even if we can get only 5,
No,
we can get 6.
after
But after
discussion, after discussion, final amendment has been done that only 7, they cannot differentiate actually the officials. What is egg and what is the blast?
they don't know.
After fertilization, they cannot understand. Many times in the center, I have shown the video. I took my video. I saw this is day 2, this is day 3, this is day 5, this is day 6. So they do not understand about it. So only 7 fertilized blast or cleavage stage should be there, which can be transferred. So we write only 7 finally. Okay.
How many embryos can we transfer?
2. Discretion of the patient.
Not more than 2. If the patient is little elderly, more than 38, maximum of 3.
Okay, so this was my next question, that what are the special situations in which we can have 3 embryos transferred?
But you have to, you are here, you are silent. You have to how many embryos there are, day 3 embryos or day 5 blastocystis.
They
if
are
they are
silent about it.
we should not go for more than 2 blastocystis. If they are embryos day 3, we can go for 3 or 4 embryos.
3 and 4? No.
If embryos day 3, because
only 3, the maximum at any stage you transfer, it should be 3 only.
And
blastocystis,
in a special circumstances, if the patient is RIF, if the patient is elder, so in those cases, not more than 3 to be transferred. But I will prefer, if it is a good blast, only 1 to be transferred, because everybody says that we do not want the multiple pregnancy.
Sunita ji, what is your opinion? 1, 2, 3 in this situation? Nearing 50.
+1 चाहिए होता है सबको, ठीक है, एक पे एक फ्री चाहिए. यहाँ तो सब कहते हुए आते हैं डॉक्टर साहब ट्विंस चाहिए.
ट्विंस ही चाहिए.
डॉक्टर सज्जाद, that I do not transfer more than 2. He is very, very right that ethically we should not transfer more than 2. And law has said that if the patient is elderly, you should transfer 3. But I actually, for myself, if I talk, it is against this, because if she is elderly, she is having some comorbidity, hypertension, diabetes, hypothyroid, obesity. Why should we transfer 3? So 2 are more than enough. Otherwise, as ma'am is saying, single embryo transfer should be the norm. But because अभी SET हमारे यहाँ नहीं हुआ है, तो 1 और 2, 3 अब बिल्कुल नहीं होने चाहिए.
There is a difference between the government hospital and the private sector. Now I am, since 19, I am in private sector, so they want only 1. 2 हो जाते हैं तो बड़ी बड़ी आंखें निकल जाती हैं.
एक और चीज है,
लेकिन मैमसी में ऐसे सिर पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं, कार्डियक एक्टिविटी दिखा रहे हैं, यार खुश हो जाओ मैडम, एक ही है, 2 नहीं है.
हाँ बिल्कुल एकदम.
This is the difference.
So my message बहुत clear है. We can by law retrieve more oocytes, but we should have only 7 embryos. We cannot mix oocytes from 2 donors. We can ideally put 1 or 2, maximum 3, which we practically don't. Now the last question: how many cycles would you be happy to attempt?
N number of cycles. There is no limit for it.
जब तक वो 50 की ना हो जाए तब तक डालते रहो.
बस.
Patient can afford. That's it.
Yeah.
और age, बिल्कुल ठीक बोला. Age is very, very important.
50. Yeah.
Okay. Now the twist is she wanted a male child. So do we do PGT?
No, not for
PGT,
sex.
not for sex.
Not for sex.
But otherwise, there are situations where PGT is allowed.
Yeah.
In this situation, if we are going for a donor egg and the donor is young, we don't have any history of aneuploidies in extended families, do we go ahead for PGT or do we forget about it?
No.
Forget about it.
No PGT for this. If there is no indication, there should be some genetic disorder, then only one.
Definitely. Or RIF or yes.
Okay. So now I think this is my last question. What documents need to be completed? Anything plus or minus? For IVF in general, Form 6, consent for ovarian stimulation, Form 12 for oocyte retrieval, Form 10 for gamete freezing, and Form 9 for embryo freezing. This is for IVF in general. And IVF for donor oocytes, Aadhaar card of the donor, health insurance for the year, Form 13, oocyte donor consent. Form 14, donor oocyte, just a minute, records, yeah. And yes, for a foreign national, instead of the Aadhaar card, we would need legal papers for the gamete donors and whatever the government of India and their respective governments, the embassy requires.
Very
So this is the list which I could think of. Any additions or deletions in this?
No, that's fine.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so I would request the attendees to please take a click of this so that, you know, it would be of help. Okay, so surrogacy, I don't think we have time for. So things which we have not been able to address today: surrogacy, banks, long-term freezing, fertility preservation, posthumous use of gametes, process of perishing the gametes, process of utilization of gametes for the research, and transfer of gametes. So I think we have only been able to touch a drop from the big ocean, but I think, yes, we did well. Thank you so much, Sudha ma'am and Sunita ma'am and Sajad sir. It was so enlightening learning from you all, and it was so much fun. I hope that the audiences enjoyed as much as we enjoyed this.
Must have enjoyed. I can see the question and the comments in the chat box.
So I think I can see Divya with us. Divya, would you be happy to take on the questions, or do I start? Divya, are you around? Divya, can I see you here? Padmaja ji, will you be happy to take the questions? Okay, so I'll start with Dr. Akhilesh Dwivedi, sir. Sir, first of all, thanks a lot for encouraging us always by your presence. And Dr. Akhilesh said that our own clinic, if not registered, we cannot handle. Yes, we all agree with that. Divya has commented that ovarian stimulation without IUI with gonadotropins can be done by gynecologists without registration. So this is
but IUI without ovarian stimulation is not promoted. Ovarian stimulation with TI, timed intercourse, is allowed. But if you are doing IUI and if you are doing an invasive procedure, always ovarian stimulation should be done, because we need more than one egg. So more than one follicle, then only IUI will be succeeded. Otherwise, it is only 6% out of 20%.
And Dr. Dwivedi has given a very nice comment that ART law is not the authority to decide which degree is eligible for registration, and NMC has to decide. And this concurs with what Sudha ma'am had said, that NMC, and Sunita ma'am, that NMC does not recognize MRCOG. So naturally, MRCOG alone would not get the registration.
Very right. That's it.
There's one more that
question from Gayatri Shweta. Can the patient have their own friend or family member for donor semen for IUI or IVF?
So everything has to go through the ART bank.
Yeah.
You can have a family friend, but they have to get registered in the ART bank. They have to get screened in the ART bank, and you get the sample from the ART bank for this specific purpose. So everything is written.
We cannot come.
You can't get. They can't come to the clinic and give a sample and you process it.
Very right.
So no walk-in samples are allowed.
Walk-in is not allowed.
Walk-in.
Yes.
No, if somebody is coming in your center, I want to give semen sample. Big no.
No.
Now, donor must have a valid Aadhaar. This is Mr. Rahul has written this, and I think we all agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Jail jana hai to gender selection. Wow, sir, well said. And yes, this is a very valid question from Parvati. Do we need a marriage certificate for IVF?
No.
Marriage certificate.
I don't think so.
No, there is no.
We just need Aadhaar card. We don't need.
Whatever they say. We rely.
Yeah, I think when it starts getting more and more complicated, then we'll be asked to produce all these certificates and all that. But
then,
the thing is,
then birth
right now, keep it simple.
Then birth certificate and the class 10 board certificate if they are educated. So I think we have to rely on patient's version.
Yeah. And the thing is, what was told was, we are not an investigative agency to find out the truth.
Very right.
So if the client tells that this is mine, we accept it. It is as simple as that. It
That's
is the
more than enough.
yeah, more
Yeah,
than
we
enough.
should get the Aadhaar cards of the both the couple where there is written that the wife of that person. So it is okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Padmaja, would you be happy to summarize in brief about what all we have discussed? Or maybe Divya, Padmaja, you could start.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, it was told multiple number of times, not knowing the law is no excuse. So everyone who is practicing ART, it is better to go back and read that simple one. Because after the MTP Act, I think the ART law is also a pretty simple one that is there. It is not so complex, it is not. So in that very clearly, the first thing they ask is the age. Are you registered? Do you have you taken the proper consents? Are we preserving the consents? And we should maintain a grievance cell. We should have a counselor to talk to people. We can't say that we talked. We should say that so and so person is a designated counselor, because that is what. And we should show that we are following the rules. So that is also very important. And only by documenting can you show anything on paper. You can't say whatever is not written is not done in the eyes of the law. So all the things, and as far as I remember, Dr. Sunita, we have to keep these records for much longer than 5 years.
So actually, Dr. Padamja, there is still not clear about it that you should keep it for 10 years. But yes, Dr. Hitesh Bhatt had come to our place, and then we asked, and he said 5 years is much. Still, there is no clear
No, Sunita.
guideline.
It
It's
is written very,
mentioned 10
very
years.
clearly.
It is
Yeah.
10
10
years.
years.
Yeah.
It is
For
10.
surrogacy, 25
Okay.
years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
So-
surrogacy, 25 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
clearly mentioned in the
basically,
law.
that's why you should have a clear cut chain of command. And if your staff are changing, because that is what keeps happening, we keep training
Yes.
people and then they leave and
They
go. So
go.
it is very important that we need to know where what is. Because an authority can walk in at any time for inspection and ask to show the records, and we should be able to show. And we don't even have a recourse to law or anything, because the appropriate authority is final. They decide that we have broken the law, it is equivalent to a criminal offense.
Offense.
The punishments are so bad. So in this, what is necessary is we need to be very, very cautious and very clear about what is being done. And I think that's the most important thing.
So one more thing, can we keep the records on digital platform? I mean on cloud or
No,
on
we
paper
have
only?
no, we have to have the physical one, madam.
Hard
We
copy.
had
Paper.
inspection, they
Black-
want the physical one. We
Yeah.
can't keep it on cloud.
It has to be hard copy, has to be
In
there.
our hospital,
Hard copy for 10 years,
Sarkar
12
also-
years, 15 years, 20 years. I mean, they take a big haul.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Actually, what I have seen is that they maintain records in a paper format for 10 years. After that, they keep them in the digital format and shred the earlier ones. This is what I have seen happening. I don't know where has it come from. After 10 years, they shred.
But right now in Andhra Pradesh, the appropriate authority asks for a hard copy. So they're not bothered about the digital copy because these interpretation by the appropriate authority, you need to know what your local people also are telling, because there is no arguing with them. Whatever they say, you have to say, yes, madam, yes, boss.
So I think for the time being, we can say that we should keep for 10 years.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
until something else comes up, we keep the records hanging.
Yes,
Divya,
yes.
you want to add something there? Dr. Syed, are you ready with your quiz?
Yes,
So
yes,
we can
ma'am.
go on to the next part of today's event. It has really
Yes.
been a lovely day and we really got to learn a lot. Thank you so very much, ma'am and Sunita ji and Sudha ma'am and Sajad sir. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I would
you.
now request the host at the IFS National team to please start on the hook. And over to you, Dr. Sajad.
Yeah. everyone has to download this cohort.
I would request everybody to please log in with their phone numbers. When you open the Kahoot app, there's a nickname. Epita, please put your phone number as the nickname, because we would need to contact you at the end of the event. We need to give certificates to the winners. We have 13 people so far. I am expecting more. At least a dozen more. Join in fast, because once we lock the Kahoot room, nobody else would be able to join in. 16 of us now. Honey Qureshi, please join with your mobile number. Honey Qureshi, please put your mobile number as the nickname. For those of you who are having difficulties, please open up Kahoot and put the game pin there. You could even scan the QR code shown here, and then you would be in the game. Well, before Dr. Sajjad takes over, let me just give you a quick tip. This is a game of speed and accuracy. You've got to know the answer, and you've got to answer it fast, because the fastest finger wins.
We have to test our knowledge on the legal aspects of assisted reproductive technology with these challenging questions. So we have to explore topics such as parentage, egg freezing, embryo donation, and more. So in this game, each question must be answered within 20 seconds. So we have to keep in mind the accuracy and timing, because accuracy and timing are crucial. The one who answers first and correct will be declared the winner. So we have to keep in mind the accuracy and timing. So as of now, we have 20 contestants. Maybe some more will join. I request Akila that she will keep her phone number there, because of Miss Akila, she will keep her phone number there in place of the name. Yeah, ma'am Akila. Ma'am Akila, you. Yeah. No, ma'am Akila. You please change your name with your phone number, because afterwards we will contact you if you will be the winner. Dr. Akila, I request you please give your phone number in place of your name. Yeah, again Madhu, Dr. Madhu, you please give your phone number. No, you have to change there in your. Of your name, keep your phone number.
And Madhu, Akila and Madhu, please change your nickname from your name to the mobile number. Please try doing that. Yes, Madhu and Akila are still not able to. We want to lock the quiz room and we want to get going. मुझको लगता है अकेला नहीं कर पा रही है, तो चलते देते हैं।
वो कोई फोन नंबर दिया था उसने। She has
इसका हम
given some
लोग
phone.
रिसीव करते हैं, फोन नंबर इसका वापस बाद में ले लेंगे अगर जरूरत।
Okay. So we'll start. So under the ART Act, if a donor conceived child is born, who is the legal parent of the child? Genetic donor, the consenting intended couple, surrogate mother, ART clinic. Yeah, the right answer is the commissioning intending couple. Okay, 19 people have answered, 10. The winner is 916. Second question. If an unmarried woman, age 30, wants to freeze her eggs for fertility preservation, the ART Act allows storage for, not allowed for unmarried women, 5 years only, 10 years only, no restriction if medical indication exists. Yeah, the right answer is 10 years. So 16 people have written the answer. Yeah, 443, the fastest. If a donor wants to withdraw consent after oocyte retrieval but before fertilization, what happens legally? Oocytes must be discarded. Clinic may still fertilize them. Transfer to another couple allowed. Consent is irrevocable once retrieval is done. Oocytes must be discarded. Yeah. So 11 people have written the correct answer. Yeah, Dr. Rahul is the with 2765. Question number 4. Which of the following statements about embryo donation is true? The ART Act. Embryo donation is freely permitted to any couple. Only surplus embryos can be donated. Embryos can be sold to ART banks. Embryo donation is banned in India. Yeah, only surplus embryos can be donated. Again, Rahul with 27, Dr. Rahul with 2765. Question number 5. If a couple undergoing IVF separates, they are getting divorced before embryo transfer, the fate of embryos depends on clinic's decision, consent of both partners, consent of wife only, consent of husband only. Yeah, of course, consent of both partners. So 20 people have written the consent of both. So with phone number 6840 topping with the first response. So can a widow avail ART services using her deceased husband's frozen sperm? No, absolutely prohibited. Yes, only if prayer written consent was given by husband. Yes, irrespective of prayer consent, only with court approval. Yeah, this is the answer. Yes, only prayer written consent was given by husband. So 16, 4322 with accurate and first response. Next. What is the punishment for sex selection through ART under the Act? Fine up to 5 lakh only. Imprisonment up to 3 years, fine up to 10 lakh. Imprisonment up to 5 years, fine up to 10 lakh. Only license Yeah, the imprisonment up to 5 years plus fine up to 10 years is the right answer. 17 people have written. Answer the right question. Answer. So 4322 again, topping the list. Which one is not permissible under the ART Act? Using donor sperm in IUI, using donor eggs in IVF, surrogacy with using donor gametes, fertility preservation for cancer patients. Yeah, of course, surrogacy using donor gametes is not allowed. 21 people have written the answer. It is good. Everybody, who is the fastest? 8765 is the fastest. An ART clinic fails to report to the National Registry, the penalty is fine only, imprisonment only, fine up to 5 lakh plus costly contravention, suspension of license only. Yeah, fine up to 5 lakh for first contravention. Yeah. This is the correct answer. 16 people have written. Who is the first? The first response is from 4322. Who holds the responsibility for counseling of donors and recipients under ART Act? Counselor appointed by clinic, the treating physician only, independent ethics committee, national ART board. Yeah, of course, it was the easy question. Counselor appointed by the clinic, he is the appropriate person for the counseling. So who is the first? So again, the 4322 is the first response. Can embryos be imported or exported under the Indian ART law? Yeah. Yes, with permission from National Board and Director General Health Services. So this is the proper answer. So 13 people have answered. Who is the first? (8765) with phone number is the first response. In case of donor anonymity, under what condition can identity be revealed? Never if child demands at 18 years, for medical emergency only without revealing name, at request of parents. Yeah, this is the correct answer, for medical emergency only without revealing the name. 13 people have answered the right answer. So who is the first? (8765) phone number. He is the first response. So what is the maximum number of oocytes from a donor that can be shared between recipients? All to one recipient only, can be divided among two recipients, can be divided among, no restriction. All to one recipient only, we can't divide it. It is the correct answer. Who is the right first response? Yeah, again 9953448765 is the first response. 10,844 points. Good. Next. If an unmarried man wishes to preserve his sperm For non-medical social reasons, ART Act permits up to 5 years, permits up to 10 years, prohibits unless medical indication exists, permits only with court order. Yeah, right answer is permits up to 10 years. So 18 people have answered right. Who will be the first response? First correct response. Again, no, it is another one. 7814883261 is the first response with the good score, 10,847 points. Good. Next. In Surrogacy Act, who cannot act as a surrogate mother? Married woman with one child aged 5 years, sister of the wife, unmarried woman aged 30 years, widow with a child. Yeah, correct answer is unmarried woman aged 30 years. Unmarried woman cannot be the surrogate. Yeah. So 16 people have written the correct answer. Who is the first response? Yeah, with 7814883261 phone number, 11,727 score. Next. So surrogate mother age as per law should be 18 to 35 years, 25 to 35 years, 21 to 40 years, 23 to 38 years. Yeah, correct answer is 25 to 35 years. It was earlier 21 to 35 years, but in 2021, they have changed it from 25 to 35 years. So correct answer is 25 to 35 years. So who is the first response? Yeah, again, 7814883261 is the first correct response. Good. Next. Which of the following ART services is allowed for a single woman in India? Surrogacy, IVF using donor sperm, embryo adoption, none. IVF using donor sperm, yeah. So 18 people have written the correct answer. So who is the first response? Correct first response. Yeah, 9953448765 is the first response with 13,508 points. Next. Which committee has the power to monitor ART and surrogacy clinics at the state level? State Medical Council, State Board for ART and Surrogacy, National Board directly, District Magistrate. Yeah, this is the State Board for ART and Surrogacy, because last there was a national conference, some district magistrate was coming to any ART clinic. That is not correct, that is wrong. There's a appropriate authority, State Board of Art authorities there, they can come and go to the clinic, not the district magistrate. So 17 people have written the correct answer. So who is the first response? Yeah, again with three answers, again with 995344 with 14,474 points. Good. Next. If an ART bank stores cement beyond 10 years without consent renewal, penalty includes fine of 10 lakh only, imprisonment up to 5 years, imprisonment plus fine up to 10 lakh, deregistration of bank only. What will be the penalty? Yeah, good. Imprisonment plus fine up to 10 lakh is the penalty for that ART bank. So 10 people have written the correct answer. And who is the first response? First positive response? 99. Yeah. Again coming the top on the top list 9953448765 with 15,398 points. Next. Now this is the last question of this quiz. Which of the following is true for compensation in altruistic surrogacy? Surrogate mother is paid commercially. Surrogate mother gets insurance plus medical expenses only. Surrogate gets lump sum decided by couple. Surrogate gets government subsidy. As per ART Act, yeah, as per ART Act, it is surrogate mother gets insurance plus medical expenses only. It is a correct answer. Yeah. Everybody has written the correct this answer, but who is the first one, first positive response? We will see on the board. Who was the first response? Admin? So the first winner is this 9953448765 with 16,319 points. 18 out of 20 correct answers. Second is 18 out of 20 again, and third is 17 out of 20. So these are the three winners, first, second, and third. So we want their names, and then we will send them the certificates. Yukti Bardwaj is first prize. Second. Dr. Rakhi Goyal is the second position. Good, congratulations. And third one. Okay, this was a good quiz. We have got the knowledge on legal aspects of assisted reproductive technology, ART, with these challenging questions, parentage, egg freezing, embryo donation, and even surrogacy and more. So thank you. Where is Manju ma'am?
So we don't have the name of the third person, Dr. Syed. Here we can see.
Yeah, I was telling the admin who is the third one.
Yes.
Who is the third one with the phone number? Admin, I request admin, you please show us. I request the third person. She may keep her number on this this comment box. Number and name
in the chat box if it is there. Otherwise, we'll have to call up with that number. That screenshot anyway from Kahoot, you'll get it, Dr. Syed.
Okay.
So I think that was a very interesting one. And Dr. Syed, the responses were pretty good. Most of them answered well. So it means that people know the law, and it's very encouraging to see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I think Dr. Manjusha must have been busy with some other thing since it's already 8:30. If you have anything else to say, otherwise we can call it a good night.
Yeah, I think the time is also over. Manjusha is already, I think she's busy anywhere.
Yeah.
We will tell everybody.
They were not allowed to unmute myself. I'm very much here.
Oh,
okay. Okay, ma'am. Come on.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Admija, and thank you so much, Dr. Sajjad. It was really great to have you and your participation and your encouragement for the kids and the questions. I mean, it was amazing. It was really a wonderful event. And I must thank you all for your very, very active participation as always. And I think we can now just close this meeting. And before we do that, we can announce the next meeting. That would be on the third Thursday again, 7 p.m. And next time we would be doing it in association with SIG Andrology. So
Okay.
before we, this would be the last quiz, and then the November one would be the grand finale, in which the winners of all the earlier 10 quizzes, Genius Junctions, would be participating. And then the two top winners of the finale, to be held in November, would be moving on to the Fertivision quiz. And I hope to get you guys, two of you, free registration for Fertivision, as promised to me by Dr. Pankaj Salwar. So do tune in next time, and I hope the participants enjoyed as much as the attendees did. I mean, it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Padmaja, you want to add something I might have missed out? Syed sir, you want to add something?
Dr. Syed very nicely emphasized 2 times that don't break the law, otherwise it is 10 lakhs and imprisonment. So
Yeah,
I think
I
that
really
is
love that. Yes, that was
very
good. That was
resounding
good.
Yeah, we
reinforcement.
have to
Okay.
abide with the law.
Yes. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. अच्छा निकुंज का फोन था ऑन कर लूं